Hey guys, so welcome back to my silly little gang. I am here to bring you my 8 weeks post-op VSG update. And I am sorry that I am in my car, but today also happens to be an early dismissal day. And on early dismissal days, I am usually running like a chicken with its head cut off. Early dismissals are crazy. My oldest two, who are at the middle school, they get out at 10:40 in the morning. So they go in at 8, they get out at 10:40. Anyway, my youngest, who's at the elementary school, gets out a little later, but he doesn't go in until 8:30. So I don't know, I feel that by the time I drop him off, I barely have time to do anything. I just have to run home and have a quick breakfast, and then I end up having to leave to pick up my boys. So I apologize for the car video. This is the only way that this is gonna happen today. Anyway, so let's get right into it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to subscribe. I don't have a separate VSG channel. This is pretty much my channel that goes along with my blog, but I also share my VSG journey on here. I do have a separate playlist for all my VSG videos, so please subscribe if this is something that interests you, and you can just head on over to playlists and hit on VSG. Honestly, it's been a crazy 2 months, so I did not have a 1 month update. I just quickly posted my 4-week stats on my Instagram, which is Sylvie WLS, and so you can feel free to follow me on there. I do share a lot when it comes to my VSG on my Instagram. I'll share my meals, I'll share stats, all that good stuff. So, okay, well, let's get right on into it. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, or VSG, on January 3rd, 2018 at Newton Wellesley Hospital in Massachusetts with Dr. Wishnia from the Newton Wellesley Hospital Center for Bariatric Surgery. My highest weight was 255 pounds. That was recorded on September 2017 when I started my whole VSG journey. My date of surgery weight was 230 pounds. At 4 weeks, I was at 207 pounds. And today at 8 weeks, I am at 197 pounds. Wonderland! So I am super excited to be out of the 200s. I can't even remember the last time I was out of the 200s. It was, let me see, it was probably before my oldest, who's 12, was born. Was the last time I was in the 100s, and I was like 160 something when I got pregnant with him. So I'm very, very excited to be in Wonderland. I have lost 33 pounds from surgery and 58 pounds from my highest weight, which is just incredible to me. I lost a whopping 23 pounds just the first 4 weeks after surgery, which still blows my mind. These last 4 weeks have not been, I mean, it's been good. It's been a great loss. I'm not complaining. I lost 10 pounds in 4 weeks, which is great. However, when I compare it to the 23 pounds I lost in the first 4 weeks, it feels like a little bit of a setback. I'm not going to lie. But, I mean, 10 pounds is still 10 pounds. I don't think I could have lost, before I even started my weight loss journey, 10 pounds in a month. That is just crazy. I have been at a stall, though, for the past 3 weeks. So I actually hit 197 pounds on week 5. And then I have stayed at 197 pounds since week 5. So for the past 3 weeks, I've been stalled at 197 pounds. It could be because after that 5th week mark, I have been eating, I guess, like normal food, like solids, not any liquid. It's still like the soft foods, but it is more of a solids. I can have like soft fish now. I can have tuna. I can have like chicken salad. I can have ground beef as long as it's like in a chili. So stuff like that I can now have, which is amazing. Soft cheeses, even like shredded cheese, I can have. That was a big deal for me because I love queso fresco, and that was always a big part of my diet. And like I at least had it once a day. So it's been amazing to be able to go back and eat my queso fresco. I don't have it every day, but I do have it at least 2, maybe 3 times a week. So it's awesome. It's awesome. Let me see what else. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if it has to do, if my stall has to do with the fact that I'm eating a more, like, I guess, solid diet. I mean, I can't eat more than 2 ounces when I do eat anything solid. If I'm having like my protein shake, because I like to have that for breakfast, my Premier protein shake, or I'll make myself a smoothie with a scoop of Gene Pro in it. I like to have that for breakfast. So anything that's like watery or soupy, like the Premier protein shake, or when I have like a creamy soup, or a soup that's a little like thicker base like than broth, anything like that, I can have 4 ounces and feel fine. Anything more than that, I can like feel it like sitting up here in my throat. Same goes with like the solids. Anything over 2 ounces, I start feeling it like it's like sitting here. It's a weird feeling. It's not like choking, or you know that really, really stuffed feeling like when you eat too much, usually like for Thanksgiving or holidays, and you're like, ugh. No, it's not like that. But it's weird because I can like kind of feel the food like right at the top of my esophagus, which is so weird. So I try to not get to that point where I can feel that, because honestly, if it's like soupy or, you know, like protein shake or whatever, if I feel it here, I feel like it's gonna come back up. So I don't even get to that point. I got to that point a couple of times. I didn't like how it felt. So now I strictly stopped at 2 ounces for solid foods, 4 ounces for anything liquid. Pretty much those are what I feel my sleeve restriction is. Water, however, I don't even feel a restriction when it comes to water, which is great, because I need to get water. So I have pretty much around anywhere between 62 to 68, 70 ounces of water a day, which is great. But this just started, guys, around week 6. So I've only been able to do this for about 2 weeks. Prior to that, I couldn't even drink more than 4 ounces of water at a time. Like, it was just like weird. I was having so many issues even getting water down. It's been tough. But now I can drink water anytime and I don't feel like I have a restriction. So that's great. Hunger, I do get hungry. I don't get, it's not the same kind of hunger as in before, where before surgery I felt hungry maybe, I want to say I never felt hungry for breakfast, but I definitely felt hungry around 1 o'clock for lunchtime, and then again around 5 or 6 towards dinner. If I hadn't eaten, then I would start getting hungry, and it was that like ravenous hunger. It's no longer like that. Like I'll get slightly hungry maybe once a day, and that's if I forget to eat, which I know it's so weird to forget to eat, but you do. It's like I'm constantly drinking water, so I feel like there's something going into my mouth all the time. So I don't really feel like that need to eat. And then so some days, that's why I like to start off my day with my Premier protein or a smoothie with protein in it, because then I feel like I at least get something and start my day off right, which will, I guess this conversation is kicking me into like my meds. I take my multivitamin, which is a chewable multivitamin. I do the Centrum chewables. I take a stool softener. I take omeprazole, which is like an acid reducer. I take a B12. I take calcium. I take a vitamin D. I take iron. And then I take my medicine for my depression, which I take Wellbutrin and Zoloft, and then I take gabapentin for my fibro. So I feel like I'm constantly eating, because the only way I can break those down is I get up in the morning and I grab my protein shake, and then I take my omeprazole and my stool softener. Not like together, I space them out about 15 minutes apart, but I take that first thing in the morning. Then about 30 minutes after I take the stool softener, I'll have my chewable multivitamin and the B12. Then I wait about another 30 or sometimes even 45 minutes, depends on how busy I am in the morning, and I'll take my first chewable calcium. So I used to take the actual pills, but I had to take 2 pills twice a day and then 1 pill towards the end of the day. And these are like massive horse pills. I had such a hard time getting them down and being able to swallow them that I had to talk to my surgeon, and I was like, look, I feel like it gets stuck. I feel like it sits there. It would feel like almost down here. I'd have to like tap at my chest in order to get it to feel like it would move. It was so tough. I did that for maybe about, I didn't start taking them until I was 4 weeks out, and then I did it for 2 weeks, and honestly it was hell. It was complete hell. I called my surgeon. I'm like, look, now it's gotten to the point where I can't even force myself to take these. I will put it in my mouth, and when I try to swallow, I start gagging. I cannot swallow it. So then she told me I could go ahead and take the chewable calcium, which isn't calcium citrate, it's calcium carbonate, but she told me it was fine. And she gave me a few recommendations, but honestly, they are pricey. They are very, very pricey. So one day when I was shopping at Target, I actually found that they carry the Up and Up brand calcium chewables, and it was I want to say they're 500 milligrams. Yes, they're 500 milligrams calcium carbonate chewables. They carry them in a chocolate flavored, at least in my store, they carry them in a chocolate flavored, and they were $7.90 something, almost $8 for a pack of 90. I mean, that to me was like an amazing deal, because everywhere else I checked, like Bariatric Advantage, GNC, any of those places that I checked, they would be like close to $30, and it would bring 30 or 60 chewables. So now I have to take 3 of those chewables, which, I mean, they taste amazing. They taste like little, like, chocolate caramelly things, and I find myself looking forward to taking them. And it's like a nice treat. I get a nice treat 3 times a day, and it's my calcium, so I can't complain, honestly. So now I take those, and I'll pop in the picture here to show you what they look like. And I'll also have a link in the description box below. I'll have links to the over-the-counter vitamins that I take, just if you want to check them out to see which ones they are. So because I'm taking so much water, and because I'm constantly taking my vitamins, like I said, I space out the majority of my vitamins and supplements throughout the morning. Then I'll have lunch, and then after lunch, like about an hour after lunch, I'll have my vitamin D with my second calcium chew. Then I usually have dinner around 5 or 6. So about an hour after dinner, I take my depression meds, which is the sertraline, the Wellbutrin. I mean, the Wellbutrin and the Zoloft. Sertraline is the generic for the Zoloft. So I'll take my Wellbutrin, my Zoloft, and my last calcium chew of the day. Then I wait about 2 hours, and 2 to 3 hours, and I'll have my iron pill with my gabapentin. And I don't know if it's because I space out all my medicine like that throughout the day, but I feel like I'm constantly eating, so I don't feel hungry. I don't get hungry at all, which is great, I think. What else? So yeah, sometimes I forget to eat, sometimes I forget to eat lunch, and then by the time dinner comes around, then I'm like starving by the time dinner comes around. And by starving, it's nowhere near the hunger level that it was prior to surgery. I'll get like, you know, like a little bit of like that hunger pain in your stomach. That's what I get. And usually, like I said, I'll have 2 ounces of something, or I'll make myself another smoothie, or have some soup, and I'll have 4 ounces of that, and I feel perfectly fine. So yeah, at my 4-week checkup, I got cleared for 30 minutes of cardio, so I can now do 30 minutes of cardio. So I'm back at the gym, and I do, give me 1 second. I now have the boys in the car with me, my two oldest ones. No, don't. My 2 oldest ones are in the car with me now, so you might hear them in the background. Put your seatbelt on, please. Oh, stop. Anyway,
oh, look at the dogs with Captain Y.
What? That's a plush animal. Okay. So anyway.
Oh, wow, we're sick.
Oh, yeah, you guys are sick. Alright, so back to what I was talking about. So we've talked about restriction. Yeah, so, okay, so we've talked about the meds I take now. talked about hunger. Let's talk a little about non-scale victories. Non-scale victories these past 4 weeks have been amazing, and that's what's helped with me not getting seriously depressed at this 3-week stall. I think that if I had not had any non-scale victories, then I would probably be ripping my hair off, which is not a good thing considering how much hair I'm losing. Yeah, so non-scale victories. My wedding rings are crazy loose. They like move around all the time. I can now fit them in my middle finger, which is what I tend to do so that they don't go flying off. Let's see. So that is one. Another one is with the weight loss, a lot of my shoes, they've completely changed. Shoes that fit me fine or used to fit me tight are now like super loose. Not just widthwise either. It's just crazy. So I have a lot of pairs of shoes that didn't fit me before widthwise that now fit me great. But I also have a lot of shoes that used to fit me great and now I can't wear them. So that, you know, that happens. I currently bought a pair of jeans yesterday, which was crazy because prior to surgery, if I wanted to wear jeans, they had to be a size between 20 to 22, depending, you know, what that was. At Old Navy, I was a 22. So yeah, so it was crazy then, because yesterday I saw these really cute pair of jeans at Walmart, and I'm like, okay, I've lost so much pounds, let me take a size 18 to try on. And it was so loose and baggy, and I never thought I'd be able to fit into a large, and that's exactly what I'm into now. So it's great. They are a little tight. They're like those stretchy jeans, so they're a little tight, but that's good because they'll only fit better as time goes by. I did take a little field trip while the boys were in school this morning, and I just ran to Old Navy to try on a pair of jeans, just because I know that everyone in the VSG community tends to go by the Old Navy sizes. So I wanted to see what my Old Navy jean size would be, and I'm happy to report that I'm a size 14, which is unbelievable.
Really?
I can't even remember. I think the last time I was a size 14 jeans at Old Navy was before my oldest was born, and he's 12 now. So I am super excited about that. I did not buy them because, like I said, I had just bought these other ones yesterday, but I did wanted to see what my Old Navy jean size was. Let's see, what other non-scale victories were there? I've always had a tendency to be smaller up here, like shoulders versus like my hips. I don't know if that's just my body shape, or I noticed it more when I was in high school and I played volleyball, so I don't know if playing volleyball had a lot to do with it. But I've always been very like hippie, and so I had a couple of dresses that were sent over that were like the mini dresses, you know, the short dresses, and I used to have to like bunch them up at the bottom and just wear them as tops because they were really nice. So I would wear them as tops because they wouldn't go down my hips. And one of my favorite dresses, it fits amazing now. So that is a total non-scale victory. I can't wait for the heat of the spring to kick in so that I can finally start wearing that dress as a dress. Let me see. My legs have slimmed down tremendously. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted a picture last week. I was sitting in my recliner and I had my feet up and I was like, those don't look like my legs. So I had to snap a picture and share it on there. And so, I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, then you probably saw it. If you don't, head on over. I'll have my link down in the description box and take a look. Like I said, I share a lot about my VSG journey on my VSG Instagram account. I think that's pretty much it for non-scale victories, which are a lot. We were talking about the gym. I was cleared at my 4-week checkup. I was cleared for 30 minutes of cardio, but not even like full cardio, but like walking briskly. She told me not to work up a sweat, like specifically said, do not work up a sweat. So that's what I've been doing. It's been so nice to be able to go back to the gym, even if it is for just 30 minutes, and even if it is to just walk on the treadmill. It gives me like a change of scene. So usually what I do is I take my youngest to school, and then I don't even come home. I just go straight there, walk for 30 minutes, and then I'll come home after that. I can't wait until I see my surgeon again at my 12-week checkup to see if I can start doing any like core exercises or anything like that, because I need it. I can't wait to start doing like the weight training again. My legs are really getting not like loose skin, but I guess because they're thinning out, I'm getting, they're wiggly, and no wrinkles. They're wiggly, so this is like panic mode for me. So I can't wait to be able to start, doing like squats and stuff and get my legs back in action here. Another thing that I wanted to touch base on, because the struggle is real, is when it comes to constipation. I have had constipation since day one. It is crazy. I had never had issues excuse me, before surgery, but this is like ridiculous. It's gotten to the point where milk and magnesia is my friend once a week. I take a laxative once a week, which is the milk and magnesia, and then I take stool softeners every single day. And even then I have issues. So in the beginning, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's because I'm not getting enough water in. Now that I'm getting plenty of water, it's still an issue. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But I'm telling you, the struggle is real when it comes to constipation. And there were weeks, like before I started getting into my routine of doing the milk and magnesia once a week, I tried everything. There was this one time where it had been 4 days that I hadn't been able to go, and I mean, I tried everything. I tried prune juice, I tried prunes, I tried pruned baby food, I tried milk and mag, and even that didn't work. I had to take like a stronger laxative than milk and mag. So I ended up taking X-Lax at my doctor's, per my doctor's orders. And then finally, but then after that, I'm telling you, it's been milk and mag once a week, and then my stool softener daily, and I still have issues. So I don't know what the deal is there. So I can't wait to see her again at my 12-week checkup and touch base with her and see what else I can do, because I don't want to have to take milk and mag every week for the rest of my life. That being said, I think those are all the points that I've wanted to touch base with you guys today. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them down below, and I will answer them as best as I can. And I am actually going to start trying trying being the word here, to do weekly check-ins to see when I can break this stall. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a great one. Bye.